Hello children, today we are going to discuss factorization method of a quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term. Okay, so how to factorize a quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term, that we are going to discuss today. So let us first start with the method. So as you know that the standard form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so here when you write in the standard form, one thing you see here, that power of x, here variable is x, power of the variable is always in descending order. First start with 2, then 1, then 0. In this sense, when you write it in this order, then this is called as this one you see, this is called as what? This is called as middle term. Okay, this is called as middle term because of its position. Now, what is the name of the method? Name of the method is splitting the middle term. That means you have to split it. To split it, what is the process? First, you need to multiply a and c. A means coefficient of x square or coefficient of the highest power of the variable. Okay, in place of x it may be y, z, etc. also, and c is the constant term. So after multiplying a and c, whatever the answer you have got, then you have to again factorize. Say suppose when you factorize, we have got two factors. So symbolically we denote it as say alpha and beta, and these two factors should be such that when you add them, your answer should be the coefficient of x, that is the coefficient of middle term. Okay, as a result, what will happen if alpha plus beta is equal to x, then alpha plus beta is equal to b, then this bx you can write it as alpha x plus beta x. Okay, you can write it like that. That means you can write the polynomial in this way now: ax square alpha x beta x plus c, where alpha and beta are two factors of AC whose sum is equal to b. So you see the middle term bx is now divided into two terms. Okay, that's why it is called as splitting the middle term. Very simple, but here something you have to know, like this one. Say suppose you have two positive number, a positive number and a positive number is there. When you multiply them, answer is again positive. A negative number into a negative number, when you multiply, then also answer is positive. But a positive and negative, when you multiply, then your answer is negative. Okay, so conversely, what we can say, that a positive number has two factors, either both are positive or both are negative. But a negative number has two factors, where one is positive, one is negative. And one more thing you have to know, that if you add two positive number, a positive number plus another positive number, your answer is a positive number. If you add two negative number, okay, answer is a negative number. But if you add a positive and a negative number, then what will be the answer? The sign of the resultant number will be positive or negative according to whichever is bigger. If positive number is bigger, then it will be positive. If negative number is bigger, then it will be negative. That's what you have to know first. So let us take one simple example. Say suppose we are to factorize x square plus 12x plus 35. X square plus 12x plus 35, suppose you have to factorize. See, here if I see that one, here what is a? A is 1. What is b? B is 12. What is c? C is 35. Okay, a1, b12, c35. So first what you have to do, first you need to multiply a and c, your answer will be 35. It is a positive number, so you have to find out two factors of 35 whose sum is 12. Now a positive number will have two factors, either both of them positive or both of them negative. But as you know that if you add two positive number, then only answer is positive. So here our b is positive, so you have to find two positive factors of 35 whose sum is 12. Okay, so already come to know what will be the factor, but if I factorize 35, the factor may be 35 and 1, okay, positive factor. Then you get 35 and 1, is it equal to our b, is it equal to 12? No. Then it may be 5 and 7. What is the sum of 5 and 7? Both factor must be positive. Why both factor must be positive? Because b is positive here. What is sum of 5 and 7? Is 12. So that's why what we can do, x square, this 12 can be written as sum of 5 and 7, sum of 5 and 7. So 12x can be written as sum of 5x and 7x plus 35. Now after splitting the middle term, we will have total 4 terms. Okay. Next, factorization. So middle term is already splitted. Come to the factorization part. How to factorize? First you see the first and second term. Okay, one thing before factorization I want to tell you. You can write it as 5x plus 7x or 7x plus 5x. The order is not important. Now, first you see the numerical coefficient. Here 1, here 5. What is common? Nothing is common. 1. From x square and x. Now, whenever you are going to find out the common in case of variable, always the smaller power is common. So, x to the power 1 is common. So, here x into x becomes x square. X plus x into plus 5 is 5x. So, when you take x common from this, you will have x plus 5. Then this sign you take. Now, see the numerical 7 and 35. What is the common in 7 and 35? As 35 is 5 into 7, so 7 is common. Variable is not common because it is the constant term. Okay, 7 into x is 7x. Okay, plus 7 into 5 is 35. Now, one thing you have to observe here after factorization, one thing you have to observe, this part must be same. This must be same. If they are not same, then something is wrong in your problem, in your calculation. Next thing is that this sign of the third term should be here. Okay, immediately take that sign. So now this part which I underline, it is a common part now, so let us take it common. Then what is there with x plus 5? In first term we have x, in second term we have plus 7, so x plus 5 into x plus 7. These are two required factors of x square plus 12x plus 35. Okay. So once again I want to explain you the method. So when you write a quadratic polynomial in standard form ax square plus bx plus c, then bx, the power of variable is 1, where the power of variable is 1, that is middle term. That you have to split, that you have to write as sum or difference of two terms. For that, what is the process? You need to multiply a into c and find two factors of ac in such a way that their sum is equal to the coefficient of the middle term. Suppose the factors are alpha and beta symbolically. So alpha and beta if we add, then it should be b. So bx can be written as alpha x plus beta x, as b can be written as alpha plus beta. So now this becomes ax square plus alpha x plus beta x plus c. So you see this bx, you can see this one, that this bx is now alpha x plus beta x. It is split in two parts, okay, and this is called as splitting the middle term. Okay, here one thing you have to see, that a positive number has two factors, either both are positive or both are negative. But a negative number has two factors where one positive and one negative. That you remember. Secondly, when you add to positive number, answer is positive. When you add to negative number, answer is negative. When you add a positive and negative number, the sign of the resultant number, sign of the answer is either positive or negative according to whichever is larger. If the positive number is larger, then answer is positive. If negative number is larger, then answer is negative. That means the resultant number take the sign of the bigger number. Then let us move on to this example. Here we have taken an example where A, B, C all are positive. So you multiply A and C, we have got a positive number. A positive number has two factors, either both positive or both negative. But as you know that when you add to positive number, then my answer will be positive. Here B is positive number, so I have to add two positive factors of 35. So I factorize 35 as 35 into 1, 5 into 7. I could have factorized it as minus 5 into minus 7 also. Okay, 35 can be factorized as minus 5 into minus 7 also. But what will happen if I add these two factors? Then my answer is not a positive number. My answer will be a negative number. But here b is positive. That's why. Okay, so then 12x can be written as 5 7s are 35. So 5x and 7x. Then I take common now. After splitting it, after writing it as sum of 4 terms, now it is the turn to take common. So from x square and x, I can take x common. And here regarding coefficient, 1 is common. So 1x means x. So if I take x, then x into x square. X into plus 5 is 5x. So x into x plus 5. Here immediately this sign you take it. Okay, sign of the third term. From 7 and 35, what is common? 7 is common because 7 1 is 7 and 7 5 is 35. Variable is not common here because the last term is free from variable, constant term. So now you see one thing, after taking common, this part must be same, whichever I underline. If it is not same, then something is wrong in your calculation. So you check it again. Then you take this part common, x plus 5, you take common. Then here you have x, here you have plus 7. So x plus 5 into x plus 7. Okay, clear? So this is one example. I will discuss one more example with you. So move on to the second example of this one. So second example is 6x square minus 31x plus 40. 31x plus 40. Okay, 6x square minus 31x plus 40. So here, if you see A and C, if you see here A is 6, C is 40, they are positive numbers. So when you multiply A and C, answer is 6 into 40. This is 240. Okay, so you have to find out two factors of 240. Okay, you have to find out two factors of 240 whose sum is minus 31. Okay, so as it is a positive number, if the two factors may be like that, positive and positive, okay, or negative and negative. But here, as you see b is negative number here, so you cannot take positive and positive factors. You have to take negative and negative factors. Why negative and negative factors? Because when you add two negative number, then your answer is a negative number. Okay, so let us now find out the factors of 240. Okay, or factors of 6 and 40. Okay, so that the sum is minus 31. Okay, so first of all, directly if I see that 6 plus 40 is equal to minus 31, no. Okay, 6 plus 40 is not equal to minus 31. Then how can I factorize this? How can I factorize this? Okay, so for that 6, suppose I like this one, you do like that. Suppose it is a big number. Okay, two factors must be negative. Okay, we'll do later on. So let us take it as 2 and 3. Okay, let us take it as 8 and 5. In this way I factorize 8 and 5, 2 and 3. Okay, so if I combine these 2 and 8 and 3 and 5, then my factors will be 2 5s are 2 8s are 16 and 3 5s are 15. Okay, but here I have to take two negative factors because b is negative. So if I take it as minus 16 and minus 15, okay, if I take it as minus 16 and minus 15, okay, then minus 16 into minus 15 will be 240. What is the sum of this? What is the sum of minus 16 and minus 15? As both are negative numbers, so their sum is also negative. It is minus 31, which is equal to b here. See here, 240 is a comparatively bigger number, so it may be difficult for you to factorize. So how you have got 240? By multiplying 6 and 40. So I write 6 into 40. Then I factorize 6 as 2 into 3, 40 as 8 into 5. Then what I do, with 2 I take 8 from this, and with 3 I take 5 from this one. One factor of 6 with one factor of 40, one factor of 6 with other factor of 40. In this way I make a pair of factors. Then my answer comes 2 and 8, 16, 3 and 5, 15. It becomes 31. If not, suppose it is not equal to 31, then I will take some other ways of factorization. Suppose I can take it as say 4 and 10. Then I combine 2 and 10, 3 and 4 like that. Okay. So initially it may be difficult for you, but when you do the practice, then easily you can come to know that yes, which pair I should take. Okay. So I have to take here these two factors, minus 16 and minus 15, because if I combine 2 into 8 is 16, 3 into 5 is 15, so their product is 240 and their sum is 31. I will take both the factors negative, because to negative number when you multiply you get a positive number, and when you add to negative number your answer will be negative number. Why I have to take negative factors? Because B is a negative number. So here if I factorize, then it is 6x squared. Okay, now minus 16 and minus 15, minus 16x minus 15x plus 40. Okay, now here one thing you have to remember. In my previous example, all A, B, C are positive. So when you split it, all the four terms were positive. Now here A, B, C, out of this we have some negative value also. B is negative here. So when you write it as a sum of four terms, after splitting the middle term, when you have got four terms, you have got some negative terms also. In this step, one thing you should notice, that number of positive and number of negative terms must be equal. We should have two positive and two negative terms. Okay, if suppose you have three positive and one negative term, or if you have one positive and three negative terms, one unequal number of positive and negative terms, then something is wrong. Okay, something is wrong. So you again check it. Okay, now here what we can take common from 6 and 16, we can take 2 common, 2 3s and 2 8s. From x square and x you can take x common. So 2 3s are 6, x into x square, 2 8s are 16 and x. Okay, here immediately this sign you write. From 15 and 40 you can take 5 common, because 5 3s are 15 and 5 8s are 40. So if I take 5 common, then minus 5 into 3x minus 15x, minus minus, then only sign will be positive, so this sign will be negative. Minus 5 into minus 8 is equal to plus 40. See, these are same or not? Yes, they are same. So I take them common. Okay, after taking them common, I have this one. Okay, 3x minus 8, here I have twice x and here I have minus 5. So these are the two factors of 6x squared minus 31x plus 40. Okay, clear? Let us move to next example. My next example is 3x squared plus 11x minus 4. Okay, here if I see what is A, 3, B, 11, C, minus 4. So one thing you have to observe, that when you multiply A and C, as you have multiplied a positive and negative number, answer is negative. So you have to factorize minus 12. Okay, and when you factorize a negative number, if I see this one, that you know that a negative number has two factors, one positive, one negative. So out of the two factors of minus 12, one factor must be positive, one factor must be negative. Okay. Now, which factor must be positive and which factor must be negative? Again, sum of these two factors should be equal to B. B is a positive number. When we add a positive or negative number, the sign of the resultant number is positive if the positive number is bigger than the negative number. Okay, if the positive number is bigger than the negative number, then if we add them in the answer, the sign will be positive. So in our answer we should have a positive number. So the bigger factor must be positive, smaller factor must be negative. That means suppose 12, as you know that 12 is 6 to the 12. Okay, so it should be 6 and plus 6 and minus 2. Okay, it should be plus 6 and minus 2. Yeah, it should not be minus 6 and plus 2. Okay, it should not be minus 6 and plus 2, because both will give you the same answer. Both will give you the same answer, plus 6 and minus 2 if you multiply, then also minus 12. And minus 6 and plus 2 if you multiply, then also answer is minus 12. But here, as B is positive, so I have to take the bigger factor as positive. Okay, so I should not take this one. Now if I take 6 and minus 2, what is their sum? 6 plus minus 2 is 4, not equal to 11. If I take 12 and minus 1, then what is the sum of 12 and minus 1? Product is minus 12, what is the sum? 11. Okay, so I have to write this one in this way, that 3x squared, 11 is 12 and minus 1. So 11x is 12x and minus 1x minus 4. Okay, again you see we should have two positive and two negative terms. Count it. Okay, now what you can take from 3 and 12, you can take 3 common. From x square and x, you can take x common. I have here 3x into x, 3x square, 3x into 4, 12x. Here first of all you write this sign. Nothing is common in x and 4. When nothing is common, then always 1 is there. So 1 you take, okay, 1 you take common. Then here we have minus 1 into plus x is minus x, minus 1 into plus 4 is minus 4. So you see this must be same. Yes, they are same. So I should take them common. Then I have here 3x and here I have minus 1. X plus 4 into 3x minus 1. These are the two factors. So in this example, you see A and C, they are of opposite sign. So when you multiply them, your answer is a negative number. So you have to factorize this negative number. When you factorize out of the two factors, one factor will be positive, one factor will be negative. But as here B is a positive number, so the bigger factor will take as positive and smaller factor will take as negative. Okay, so I take 6 and minus 2, 12 and minus 1, 4 and minus 3 like that. Out of that, if I add this pair of factors 12 and minus 1, I have got equal to B 11. So I take 11x as 12x and minus 1x. So it is split in two parts. Okay, total number of terms 4. 2 positive and 2 negative, equal number of positive and negative terms. After that you take common and you have got the factors. Okay, clear? So move on to our fourth example. Okay. Our next example is 3x square minus 2x minus 21. Here also if you see A is 3, a positive number, B is minus 2, a negative number, C is minus 21, a negative number. As a result, when you multiply A and C, a positive number and a negative number, your answer is a negative number. So the two factors of minus 63 will be one positive and one negative. So which one will be positive and which one will be negative? Now see, the sign of B is negative, so the bigger factor must be negative. Why? Because when you add a positive and negative number, the sign will be negative if the bigger number is negative. So sign must be negative, so the bigger factor must be negative. That means what I want to say is 63 can be factorized as 63 into 1. Out of these two, one factor must be negative. Which one? The bigger one. Okay, like that. In this we have to factorize. So 63 ones are 63, but this sum is not equal to B. Then minus 21 and 3, that is also 63, but what is the sum of minus 21 and 3? Okay, if I calculate the sum, verbally you can do it, verbally you can check the sum. So minus 63 and plus 1 if I add, then my answer is minus 62. Minus 21 plus 3 if I add, my answer is minus 18. My answer is negative, but not equal to B, 2. Then I can factorize it as minus 9 into plus 7, 9 7s are 63. And what is the sum of minus 9 and plus 7? As positive and negative, you have to subtract 2. And the bigger number is negative, so minus 2. That means I have to write this minus 2 as minus 9 and minus plus 7. So this will be 3x squared, minus 2x will be minus 9x and plus 7x minus 20. Count the number of positive and negative terms, they must be equal. After that, the last part, very easy, take common 3 and 9, 3 common, x square and x common. Then it will be x and minus 3. Yes, this sign from 7 and 21, you can take 7 common because 7 3s are 21. 7 into x is 7x. Positive into negative is negative. 7 3s are 21. They must be same. Yes, they are equal. So you take common x minus 3, then it is 3x and there it is 7. So these are the two factors of your polynomial 3x squared minus 2x minus 21. Okay, here you see A positive, B negative, C negative. If you multiply A and C, a positive number, when you multiply it with a negative number, obviously answer is negative. So when you factorize a negative number, out of the two factors, one factor will be positive, one factor will be negative. But here as B is a negative number, so the bigger factor must be negative. So when you factorize say 63 and 1, out of this one factor must be negative, the bigger one is negative. 21 3 is 63, bigger one is negative, minus 9 and 7, minus 63. Then you see, check it, the sum of which two factors is equal to be equal to minus 2. And we have seen that minus 9 and 7, when we add it, then answer is minus 2. So we have to write this minus 2x as minus 9x and plus 7x. Okay. After that you take common and find out your answer. Okay, clear? So in these 4 examples, you see we have taken A, C positive, B positive, A, C positive, B negative, A and C of opposite sign, B positive and B negative. All these 4 different situations may arise regarding a quadratic polynomial. I have considered all this here in these examples. Okay, clear? So next one more example. Now let us discuss these 2 examples now. Here what we have seen, here we have seen that A4 root 3 irrational, B5 rational, C minus 2 root 3 again irrational. Here in this example what we have seen, A1 rational, B minus 2 root over 2 irrational, C minus 30 irrational. So either A, C irrational, B rational, or A, C rational, B irrational. So let us move this to this one. Process is same, you need to multiply A and C. Answer is 4 root 3 into minus 2 root 3. You know how to multiply them. First of all, one positive, one negative, so sign will be negative. You multiply the rational number 4 and 2, answer is 8. You multiply root 3 and root 3, answer is 3. So it is minus 24. Now you have to find out two factors of minus 24 whose sum is equal to 5. As I already told you, which one should be positive, which one should be negative, as you know. So this minus 24, I have to factorize as 8 into minus 3. Why? Because one factor must be positive, one factor must be negative. And as B is positive, the bigger factor must be positive. And what is the sum of 8 and minus 3 is equal to 5. Okay. So I have to write it like that, 4 root 3 x square. 5 I have to write it as 8 and minus 3. So 5x will be 8x and minus 5x and 2 root 3. Now regarding common factor, what is common in 4 root 3 and 8? 4 root 3 you see it is 4 into root 3. 8 if you see 4 into 2. So very clear that 4 is the common factor. So I take 4 common and x common. So I have root 3 and x and 4 to the 8. Then I take this sign common. Okay, sorry, this sign common. After that, from 3 and root over 3, what is common? As you know that 3 is root 3 into root 3, so root 3 is common, so I take root 3 common. So root 3 into root 3 is 3x, minus plus, then it will be minus, root 3 into 2 is 2 root 3. Okay. So see, this is same. So I take common 3x plus 2 into 4x minus 2. If you see here in this example, A and C, they are irrational, B is rational. First we multiply A and C. My answer is 4 into 2, 8, root 3 into root 3, 3, positive, negative, negative 24. Then I have to factorize negative 24. One factor will be positive, one factor will be negative. As B is positive, so bigger factor is positive, so I take 8 and minus 3. Okay, so I write it as 8x and minus 3x. So from 4 root 3 and 8, what is common? 4 into root 3, 4 into 2, so 4 is common. And from 3 and root 3, what is common? 3 is root 3 into root 3, so root 3 is taken common. Okay. Now move on to this example. Here you see A and C, they are rational number, their product is minus 30, very easy. Now you have to find out two factors of minus 30 whose sum is minus 2 root over 2. Okay, so one thing you know that these two factors, when we add two number, answer is 2 root over 2. Okay, then the number should be like that. Say A root over 2, so like this one, ABC already have taken. Say P into root over 2, Q into root over 2. You can add these two number. Okay. And whatever the answer comes, in that answer also the root over 2 will be there. Yes, clear? So if two numbers have 2 under root, then in their sum you can get 2 under root. So we have to factorize 30, and whatever the two factors are there, they should have root over 2. Why? Because when you add them, then only you can get root over 2. Okay, so minus 30 you have to factorize in such a way, minus 30 you have to factorize in such a way that something into root 2, something into root 2. Okay, so what should be here? For that, first to get root over 2, try to get 2. So minus 30 can be written as minus 15 into 2. Okay, now this 2 can be written as root over 2 into root over 2 because we need root over 2. And 15 can be written as 5 and 3. Okay, as it is a negative number, so it is like that. Now we have to form a pair of factor 5 and root over 2. 1 root over 2 we take with 5, 1 root over 2 we take with 3. Okay, so it is like that. As b is negative, out of these two whichever is bigger, that will be negative and other one will be positive. So if I multiply 5 3s are 15, root 2 into root 2, my answer is minus 30. And what is the sum of these? As you know that you can add two irrational number if you have same number under root. So here we have same number under root over sign, and what to add or what to subtract, you have to subtract or add the number which is outside the root over sign. Outside the root over sign we have minus 5 and plus 3. What is their sum? Minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2 and root over 2, which is equal to our b. Okay, so how to split it now? How to split it now? So x square minus 2 root over 2 is minus 5 root over 2 x and plus 3 root over 2 x minus 30. 2 positive and 2 negative. Immediately count it. What is the common factor in these two? X is only common thing. Here what is the common in 3 root 2 and 30? See, 30 is 3 into 10. 10 is 2 into 5. This 2 is root 2 into root 2, like that. So this part 3 root 2 is common with this. So if I take 3 root 2 common, here I have x, here I have the other part, that is root 2 and 5. 5 root 2, same. Okay, so I take common, then I will get the factors. Okay, so these are some examples of quadratic polynomial I have taken here. Okay, how to split the middle term and how to factorize it by splitting the middle term, that I try to discuss. Okay, and hope you have understood this. Okay, if you find it, if this is helpful for you, okay, if you find out this one, that this one our class is